Good morning, good people. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. It is about 6 o'clock in the morning here in southwestern Nevada, west of Sin City, east of Death Valley, south of Area 51, hardscrabble country. And here we are, here to help our students and interested people experience this life. This is day 3 in week 1 of our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. And that's what we're here to do, is help our students and interested people become successful as they experience this life. That's it. No big deal. Just trying to help along with this experience of life, with the belief that we are souls with a body. We are spirit, we are a soul with a body. The purpose of the body is to help us experience life. It is a gift to have this body, this life, and we should honor the gift. And the way we honor the gift is to, what is wrong with this color? I'm not going to play around with it. The way we honor the gift is to take care of this physical body, take care of the brain, always be learning, control our emotions, and focus on the things that we were commanded to do by who? God in the presence of man. In other words, right, Jesus. Also want to give a plug for this book. Just yesterday was able to finish the 3rd version, the updated version, where I give special credit for helping me do it to my professor, who went above and beyond the call of duty to help make it more of a thing we can send into the jails and have people get it and move forward. So special thanks for that. And the question, and then the statement is, good morning, Miss Trinkle, wherever you are. Good morning, Miss Trinkle, wherever you are. Bark, bark, the most desirable person I know. Okay. What's on our hit parade for today? So this is day 3 of week 1. This is orientation overview week. What are we doing? Our goal is to help people become successful. And the way we say to do that is to know who you are, be able to answer 2 questions. Who am I and why do I behave the way I do? Why do I behave this way? I do these crazy things. I do things I don't want to do, and I don't do the things I know I should do. Why is that? We believe if you can answer those 2 questions, then you have the ability to dial in who you need to be right now. So, having said that, our theme of today is, what are you addicted to? So it's Johann Hari, addiction. Make sure that's in red letter. Yep. Johann Hari, addiction. Everything you think you know about addiction is wrong. So he really breaks it down. We're going to talk about that in moments, but let's get on with our swing. Our advice from an 80-year-old: be a good winner. Be a good winner. Be a good winner. Why? So people will play with you again. So they'll play again. If you are a bad winner, oh, in your face, you suck. Man, I kicked your butt. People aren't going to want to play with you unless they have to. Be a good winner. Next, Seth Godin, simple and painless productivity. It's a kind of a long one. On the factory floor, productivity increases are relentlessly implemented, often without regard for worker satisfaction. For people working with a laptop, though they are often seen as optional lifestyle choices instead of ways to significantly boost how much we can get done and the satisfaction that comes with time we control. If you work on your own, your productivity choices are up to you. But when you invoke others in your project, the default should be to honor the habits of the most productive member of the team. Honor the habits of the most productive member. Don't pull it down to the least productive member. In other words, the attitude of we're only as fast as our slowest runner, we're only as fast as our slowest swimmer. This is not that. This is we should honor the habits of the most productive member of the team. What does our best runner do? Let's emulate him. Let's imitate him. Here are some proven ways to save hours of wasted time. You're probably doing many of them, but you're still treated as options by many in rough order of importance. Don't invite someone to a meeting if an email or one-on-one conversation will do the job as well. Don't fly if you can show up virtually and get the job done. That's a new one. Instead of asking a group of people when a good time to meet might be, use a doodle. What's that? Send a calendar invite when you book a time. When you get stuck, first ask Claude, then ask a human. Interesting, AI. Show up on time, leave when the work is done. Default to using shared docs like Google Docs for any collaborative work. True that. Default to using share for repeated tasks, make a checklist, update it, and share it as you go. Respect synchronized time. If you can put it in a video instead of saying it live, please do it. We've all seen well-meaning people disregard all these points in a single interaction. Multiply that by the number of people involved, and you're in a time swamp. Okay, so this is definitely red letter. This is don't leave home without it. I'm turning that into red letter. Red letter. Okay, there we go. Okay, good morning, Matticus Von Atticus. Good to see you. You're becoming the stalwart person, as What Not a Bevy is at work. And who knows what's happened to Diana. But good to see you here. Keep moving forward about addiction. Addiction. What are you addicted to? Let's see if we have any other red letter here. Ted, Johann Har, yes, we're going to talk about that in a second. Oh, Daily Stoic, Seneca quotes. Now, this is an interesting one because if we said these were quotes from St. Paul, most Christians would say, I love those St. Paul quotes. Wow, I love them. But when you say it's Stoic, it's, oh no, I'm a Christian. That's not Christian. So, Seth's blog, yes, we just talked about that. Jordan Peterson, doubt. Oh boy, yeah, this is a red letter one. Down below, Jordan Peterson talking about doubt. This is an interview with, what's his name? Joe Rogan. And he's talking about doubt. When you make a decision and you let doubt creep in, it erodes everything. If you're in a relationship and you start doubting it, it erodes everything. It's like a weed, a very voracious weed that's planted. That's kind of a good thing to addiction. What is your addiction? Let's just talk about addiction now in general terms. Just doesn't matter. Nicotine. Okay, well, so what's an addiction? Addiction, I would say, has a negative connotation, first of all. So to be addicted to something is not viewed as good. People don't say, yeah, I'm addicted to that. It's no, I'm addicted to that. Something that you do that you wish you didn't do. There's habits involved with it, unconscious behavior involved with it. So people who are alcoholics are addicted to alcohol. And if there's alcohol around unconsciously, they'll end up drinking it. Or people who smoke, right? If there's a cigarette around, they see a cigarette, non-consciously, they're going to do it. So we all have addictions. And thinking about it, they can be latent. So in other words, mine, I would say, would be oatmeal raisin cookies. If there's no oatmeal raisin cookies around, no problem. Do I feel the need to buy oatmeal raisin cookies? No, I don't. But if they are around, they're going down. Non-conscious, unconscious behavior that makes me do something I really don't want to do. Because when you think about it, 1 oatmeal raisin cookie, okay, no problem. Maybe 2. 10, no, not good. And when it comes to alcohol, what a longtime AA person told me was, an alcoholic is someone who drinks until they pass out or run out. Okay, so is where in our brain does this addiction rise, and what is it? Is it a neuron-only thing? Is it a reticular activating thing where our self-identity is made up of our self-belief? So if we believe we are an addict, we are. Is it that? Is it a neuron that we have this stored in our brain that we can't overcome alcohol or whatever? Or is it a neurotransmitter-like thing that non-consciously, when we see, think of, smell, taste, touch, when our senses come in contact, our imagination or senses come in contact with alcohol, we release a massive dose of dopamine that consciously or non-consciously compels us to get it. The case. Well, Johann Hari, who we don't have time to talk about why, but Johann Hari, many of the experts say he probably got it right. This figured it out. Where we were siloed in our little area. Is it neurotransmitters? Is it reticular activating system? Is it neurons? Is it all 3 of them? Is it something else? Is it social? Many of the top people in the field say he probably nailed it because he synthesized all of the things that we're doing. And his bottom line conclusion is what? The opposite of addiction is not what? What is not the opposite of addiction? Sobriety is not the opposite. Sobriety is not the opposite of addiction. In other words, you don't have addiction or sobriety. Sobriety is not the opposite of it. The opposite of addiction is, wait for it, connection. Connection is the opposite of addiction. That we are driven by our neurotransmitters and hormones to do things that make us feel good. And the activities that we are addicted to are generally things we can do in isolation. If we want to be a great guitar player, we have to be willing to spend, what's his name? Looks like Art Garfinkel. 10,000 hours playing the guitar in order to master it. In order to become good at something, we have to be willing to spend 10,000 hours doing it. And so we do those things in isolation. In order to be a good writer, you have to write. You have to do things in isolation. But we're social animals, and we need to moderate that with connection with other people. And so the thing about addiction is people are releasing massive doses of dopamine that do things to make them feel good now. I need to feel good now, not an hour from now. I don't want to go to the gym. I want to feel good now. That chocolate cake is going to make me feel good because I love chocolate cake. I don't love chocolate cake. I don't like chocolate cake. I'll eat it, but I wouldn't buy it. So Johann Hari comes along and says, from his research, from going around the world, from being compelled and driven and obsessed with figuring out where does this addiction come from? His conclusion was lack of connection, isolating too much. So he was a great writer. He spent the energy isolated as a great writer, got his pleasure from cocaine, other drugs. But this was his passion, writing, did it in isolation, did drugs in isolation or with other people, but still in isolation, and came to the conclusion that he didn't have good social connections, didn't have people he could call, could hang out with, be with, just spend time with, releasing what? Oxytocin. Right. So just a quick segue. The best way, easiest way to break out of a spell of compulsion is how to break the dopamine flow is with oxytocin. So what do they tell you to do in AA? Feel like drinking, you notice you feel like drinking, call a sponsor, go to a meeting. Call a sponsor, go to a meeting. What happens when you do that? You feel better. Why? Because you released a neurotransmitter, oxytocin. And then you might release a little bit of serotonin as seasoning. Hey, I'm proud of myself because I did that. I didn't succumb to the alcohol. I called my sponsor, and now I'm going to go to a meeting. I have a to-do list. So I called, did that. I am going to a meeting, so I'm in the meeting. The pride I'm going to feel, how good I'm going to feel going to the meeting. And now I've redirected the dopamine away from alcohol, and I'm getting oxytocin and serotonin to make me feel good. So I don't need the alcohol to do that because I feel good. Yeah, I might have some guilt, but I feel good. So what is your addiction? What is it you're addicted to? What is it you do in solitary? What is it you do in solitude when you're alone that you just like doing? You like puttering around the house, you like doing crafts, you like doing whatever. And then the question is it an addiction? Can you not do other things? Are you separating having good connections with other people? Do you have a balance of sorts in your life? And I'm not saying a balance is good. That's a different discussion. And Jordan Peterson says it's not possible anyway, but that's not for today. So for today, the opposite of addiction is connection. Find the thing you're addicted to, the thing you do that you don't want to do. You do it to excess. You have guilt or shame. It's not socially acceptable, etc., etc. And when you find you're feeling like doing that, do something else. Do a YouTube video, which is another thing in isolation, but do a YouTube video. Go to a meeting. Go hang out with friends. Do something social according to Johann Hari. And so with that, we will say and cut. What? And cut. Thank you again, Maticus Von Atticus. Today is our monthly lunch for our orphans and widows, i.e. the homeless. So please come to that.